I'm going to be completely honest. I only been to two sober social events, just two. I'm going to tell you what happened, the awkward part and all. The first one I've been to was actually a party. It's where there are adults and children, it's things like that we did crafts. And let me start off by saying that the first one was actually a craft, arts and crafts event. I'm going to be completely honest. I have only been to two sober events, two sober social events. I'm going to tell you what happened with those. The bad, the awkward, and all. The good and the awkward. My first event that was, I went to help out at a arts and crafts party. It pertained to adults and children, so it was pretty good. It was a pretty good size. There was no drinking allowed as far as alcohol, but non-alcoholic. That was fine. I get there with my brother and my nieces and my sister-in-law. We set up, we doing everything, we making sure everything is right, and before the guests, the people arrive. It turned out to actually be a fun time. Man said I don't need alcohol or anything to have fun. My anxiety is a little bit out of whack a little bit. I'm with people that needs to be comfortable. I started painting, I painted this jewelry box. I remember, I still have it. I had did that. I painted it and I wrote on it. And I watched other people do theirs. It was a great time. I would do it again completely. It made me realize about my artistic juices is in me, though, because I like to paint. Damn. The other event that I've been to sober was actually at church. They had little get together like a Usher's Day or stuff like that. I used to help out make a cake for it, do the little designs or do the bonding things, do that out, make something creative, create something. At first, it was like the arts and crafts thing where I had my anxiety. I became a little anxiety being around a whole bunch of people. The thing is, the good thing was that I was around people that actually knew me. I knew them. They kept me comfortable. You'll go in, sit in church, you do the service and stuff. It's like people that come from all different churches in the world, churches. So I remember that they said that it's a certain thing you do when you go and do offering. What happens is that you have to dance. When you go up, you have to dance all the way around and dance all the way. I said I was not going to do that. Not say that if I had to, I was going to do it. They had an option for me. I could do another option. Be the one to hold the basket. Thank you. I said yes. That's what I did. And after everything was all said and done and it was time I actually stayed for a couple minutes, then I did that. I said I was not staying no more. I walked home. It was great. I'm not going to say it wasn't great. It actually was great. I actually liked it. Now here's the thing that the two things that helped me, I probably said it in my story, is that I had family in those situations, in those two two stories. I had family, so I was safe. I felt safe. And actually, prayer. I wasn't praying out loud. I was praying in my head to let me get through this. I'm still working on getting out more. I'm still working on to be more social, especially without alcohol, without drinking. What else? I'm basically working on me. That's all you can do is work on yourself and be a better version of yourself than you was the day before. Now, I want to know, what is y'all sober social events that you have been on? Comment below. Tell me about it. See you next time. The next video is about the signs of craving. You don't want to miss it. See you next time. God bless. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.